Happy Saturday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on THV 11, streaming on your TV with THV 11 Plus. We've got Ashley in the house. We've got Tracy in the house, and we're going to hear from Simone coming up in just a little bit. We've got snowfall totals, sleet totals, pictures, of course, updates on the roads left and right, and probably what you're looking at most, Tracy, being that live radar has been active.
Yes, it definitely has. I think there's going to be a lot of folks watching that live radar today. Again, what is coming? When the sleet comes, you know it because you can hear it out there. It is so loud when it does roll through. We will see some periods of some freezing rain today as well. Hopefully that will be in the minority, of course, because we are continuing again to see things start to continue to get a bit colder. This is a look from the Big Rock Water Tower. It looks cold out there, doesn't it, friends? We're seeing those snow-covered streets. RDOT has done a fantastic job of course, keeping these roads treated, and they will continue. They're having to kind of pivot as well because we've got sleet, we've got snow, we've got freezing rain, and again, some very windy conditions. And we're talking about that live radar. You can stream 24/7, anytime, anywhere. And again, this is great for this situation, but once we get into severe weather season as well, you can also use this. You can scan that QR code. This is also available on my Facebook page in case you don't have time to get it done right now, but this is going to be really handy for you. That way you can just at your fingertips know exactly what's going on. This is our current, again, live radar. We're seeing a lot of that mixed bag of wintry precip coming into central Arkansas. We had about 3 to 6 inches of snow in central Arkansas. Simone put those totals together, and we're still getting them. Part of the problem, if you will, when you come in and start the morning show, people are just waking up and they're just coming in. So we're kind of chasing our tails a little bit trying to get those to you. But again, we will get more information, and we would love to know what you have at your house. You can text that at 501-376-1111. Again, we love pictures, of course, but again, just let us know how much snow you got or sleet, what you got in your area. That mixed bag, again, continuing to make its way through. We will continue to see more of that sleet, and again, those brief periods of that freezing rain as we're heading into the rest of the day. Looking at our map here, our guide, seeing that purple is a little bit more of that ice, again, a little bit further south, and again, seeing that more mixed area. And still going to see some snow in the northern tiers of the state, but I think for the most part, we are done with the snow here in central Arkansas. Doesn't mean we can't see a flurry or two, but certainly going to see a bit more of that sleet and then periods of freezing rain. Watching again southern Arkansas, that is the big concern for me, at least as far as weather goes as the state as a whole, where we're going to see those temperatures again below freezing. They're going to get that more freezing rain. That means, of course, we are going to see that water completely freeze on, again, contact with any surface. But here's a few of those snow totals that Simone put together for us this morning. Again, looks like we're going to be safe to say 3 to 6 inches. So let us know if yours is any different, and we would love to know outside of central Arkansas what you guys are seeing. Again, 501-376-1111.
Thank you, Tracy. Overnight, central Arkansas began to see snowfall at a rapid pace. This morning, conditions have remained consistent.
Sleet coming down. THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us live this morning with the most recent look. I see on a bridge this morning. How's the overpass looking, Tamer?
Well, Ashley and Hayden, I can't say it enough. Tracy said it, you've said it, Ashley said it. It is cold out here. Right now we're on the I-30 overpass on 6th Street and near downtown Little Rock, and we're just going to step to the side so you can see the roadways that we've been talking about all morning. This is I-30, and again, still covered in ice, still covered in snow. We've seen quite a few cars, quite a few 18-wheelers traveling on this road. If you do not have to get out, I encourage you to stay home because, again, they've been putting out the salt and grind, but it's still very thick, still very sleek. And of course, on the inner streets inside of the city, the roads are also covered in ice, covered in snow that we've been showing you all morning. It still feels like a -2 wind chill out here. If you don't have to come outside, I would encourage you to just stay at home. It's cold out here. And again, as Tracy mentioned, it's only going to get worse. So we'll continue to bring you live updates from across central Arkansas, across the metro area. But for right now in Little Rock, I'm Tamer Knight with THV 11 News.
Oh my goodness, Tamer, you look cold. Go get in the car right now with the heat on. Warm up just a little bit. Now we're going to head north to check on the city of Roundabouts.
All right, this morning we are joined by Jenny Day, who is usually covering news at our sister station in San Diego, by the way. She's in the Conway area in Faulkner County with what people are seeing there. Welcome to Arkansas, Jenny, and on behalf of all of us, I am sorry.
You guys are so kind. I'm really legitimately so glad to be out here this morning helping our sister station. I wasn't even going to sure if you were going to share that I was from San Diego, but yes, born and raised in sunny San Diego and here in Arkansas for the first time. What a cold welcome, I will say, but you know what? It's been great so far. I even said on the drive-in, I got to come back in the summer and really give you guys a better chance to show what you're made of. I did make it down to the Arkansas River last night, did a little tour of downtown, and it really is great. So if you are able to stay home and just kind of hunker down this weekend and enjoy this winter wonderland, then great, because that is, we don't get this too often here, and so it really is kind of just a nice change from the norm. As you mentioned, we have made our way a little bit further north from Little Rock. We are in Conway, actually, and it normally might take about 30 minutes from downtown Little Rock to get to downtown Conway, but it took us about an hour and 15 minutes. I was pleasantly surprised when we made our way out of the hotel room that it's a really, thankfully at this hour, we know we're going to see a bit of a combination, but it was really a rather dry rain and sleet, if you will, more like a hail almost. And so I was really, really glad and pleasantly surprised that was the case, because we know slush is what really makes for dangerous road conditions. So, people are heeding those warnings. I will say that, we've done so many preview stories on how much prep has gone into this. I will say there's about 700 plows across the state. I did not see a single one on our drive. So the roads were a little bit hazardous, but again, people were really, really being mindful and going very slowly out there. So that is one good thing to report. And you can see we're showing you downtown Conway right now, and it is indeed a ghost town. A lot of people just indoors and staying safe this weekend. It was bone dry yesterday on the ground when I landed, and now we got about a year's worth of snow overnight. So again, I just hope you're kind of enjoying this. It's a huge winter storm. 230 million people are being impacted by ice and snow and rain, just kind of a big winter mix. And so bring it on. We are just glad to be out here. We will be reporting live from Conway all morning long, and just really stay safe, and we'll keep it here, guys.
All right, Jenny, thank you. By the way, welcome to the natural state as well. During the break, I'm going to let your photographer explain to you what Toad Suck Days is. Takes place about 200 feet, exactly where you are. I'll let him explain to you while you get warm inside that car. Thank you.
I think she's like, did you say Toad Suck?
Toad Suck Days?
Right.
What is that? Yeah.
Well, we're continuing our team coverage this morning. Moving now to Pine Bluff.
THV11's Carter Thweet checked in with Jefferson County Sheriff Lafayette Woods Jr. overnight as freezing rain and ice continues to build across southeast Arkansas.
Yeah, he's sharing what residents should be prepared for as conditions could worsen.
Well, I'm THV11's Carter Thweet here with Jefferson County Sheriff Lafayette Woods. And Sheriff, this freezing rain is coming down here for sure. What kind of weather conditions do y'all anticipate in Jefferson County this weekend?
Obviously freezing rain is one of those things that we know we're going to have. We've already started that. A little sleet and snow, if that's going to be possible. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but temperature have dropped drastically over the last several hours. I've seen it. I've been out in it since this morning, and I've seen the difference significantly. We're hoping the residents do stay home, avoid unnecessary travel. Obviously, if there is an emergency, we would hope that they would travel down the main thoroughfares that have been treated. Highway crews have been out treating some of those main thoroughfares with salt to make sure they are cleared for anywhere that we may be approaching.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about that. What has Jefferson County's preparations looked like this weekend?
So mainly our preparations have been making sure residents are well aware of things they need to watch out for, be aware of, and conditions like this. This is not something that we're not familiar with. We've had conditions like this and to it and even worse. One of the things that I am really focused on is the residents who maybe are seniors in areas where there are a lot of overgrown trees. Obviously that's a concern when it comes about freezing rain, ice hitting those lines, and even collapsing and down trees, making roads impassable and hard to travel, especially for our first responders. And so one of the things we've done to prepare for that is making sure deputies are going out surveying those roads to make sure they can report real time what those conditions look like. So if there's a need to go out and maintenance anything, we can report that to the road crews.
Awesome. And last thing I can think of, I'll give you the chance to add anything else at the end. You already talked about some of the travel tips, mainly don't, but what's some of your other messages to residents this weekend?
One of the main things is, and we see this all the time, it's going to be hard for people to go out, the service members, whether it be HVAC or plumbing. One of the things that we've asked that people be mindful of is dripping their faucets in the kitchen and also the bathrooms, the sinks, the tubs, things of that sort, and also leaving cabinets that also are joined with vanities, keeping those open and keeping their temperature in their home set at a comfortable temperature where you don't have the issue of bursting pipes. Because that happens, it's going to be hard for service members to come out, particularly plumbers, to get out and service those things in weather like this.
Carter Thweet reporting for us this morning. Travel disruptions are growing as these winter conditions continue to get worse.
At Clinton National Airport, officials say all departing flights scheduled before noon today are canceled. Anyone flying later today or on Sunday should check directly with their airline before heading out.
Now, some flights are still operating, but airport crews are working around the clock to keep runways safe.
We use different equipment for different types of precipitation. So whether it's pre-treating the runways with chemicals or using a snow broom or a plow to clear the snow off that way, they've got everything tested, checked all the maintenance requirements, and they are ready to go when the weather happens.
With slick roads across the area, travelers are urged to allow extra time and avoid unnecessary trips to the airport if the flight is not confirmed.
Another update is expected from airport officials within the next hour.